Alternative hypothesis you would use to test each situation. We field test a new flavor soft drink, planning to market it only if we are sure that over 60% of the people like the flavor. Okay, so notice keywords here, over 60%.
Okay.
So my null hypothesis should be that P is equal to 0.60. So what do you think my alternative would be?
Less than
0.40.
0.60.
Less than
That'd be greater than.
Over
Okay, so
60%
we're
would be
going for the over.
greater than.
I wasn't sure if maybe we were trying to see if it like the less than.
These are exactly as they're written. Okay, and this would be a right tail test. Okay, this points the direction of the tail.
That makes
All right, 20% of cars of a certain model have needed costly transmission work after being driven between 50,000 and 100,000 miles. The manufacturer hopes that a redesign of a transmission component has resolved this problem. Okay, so our key phrase here is a redesign of the transmission component has resolved this problem.
Okay.
So what is our null?
0.2.
P is equal to 0.20. So our alternative would be what? Yep, less than 0.2. So we're hoping to solve this problem, meaning it would be less than.
Should be a left tail.
Yep, left tail. Y'all getting this stuff. I don't even need to teach it. No, I'm just kidding.
Too far.
Yeah, that would be kind of scary. Like, learning math on
Imagine
your own
if we
is
just got into this
horrible.
class and she was just like, read
Didn't
the
you
book
say there was
and
the
figure
one
it out.
person who taught themselves stats and
Got a 5 on there.
Well, I am not that person.
Me either.
So they may be math oriented, but I don't think I'd be able to teach myself math. That's a bit of a
I
stretch.
can't even teach myself a lot of stuff like astrophysics. Like,
In the 1950s, only about 40% of high school graduates went to college. Has this percentage changed? What do you think the keyword is here?
So
I
like,
think the key
change.
phrase
That's the percent
is
change.
I think
Like,
So,
has it
like-
gone up or down?
so that's going to be like. less
Wait a
than-
minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry.
We're on the null first. Null always comes first.
which is 0.40.
Okay, the null is P is equal to 0.40.
Without the cook, without the
Yeah, we
gas.
rarely, yeah. Without the what?
Without the gas.
Pretty electric stove.
Without the cook. Didn't
Okay.
power outage.
We're cooking without peanut oil.
Who's howling?
What are you howling?
I heard it too though.
Probably
Is that
William.
the only one who heard that?
No.
You heard that?
It's probably
Yeah, I
William.
heard the howling.
He's the one that howled in Valentine's Day.
I don't understand
I
these
wasn't
children.
here for Valentine's Day.
Well, this was in practice. He would get on all fours and howl.
Oh.
It was kind of weird.
So-
Anyways.
So basically, it's just that P is not equal to that number, right?
P is not equal to 0.40 just because it has changed. It doesn't say it went up or down. So what kind of test is this?
A center tail.
Two-tail test.
I didn't know what it was
What
called.
is this? I was like, Josh, what's a center tail?
I know, I was like, that's a new one.
Two-tailed.
I don't know what would the center
Oh, it's
tail
like
be.
that
That'd just be like-
Pokemon with the two tails. Who's that?
There are a lot.
What?
of
That
those.
was.
Oh, that was Sonic.
Are you talking about nine
Yeah, that
tails?
is tails.
Oh, tails?
Tails
Doesn't
from
tails
Sonic.
have like 9 tails? No, not 2.
No way, I just
But we're
mixed up
talking about
Pokemon.
two tails.
Oh, I thought he had 9.
I think that's the thing that they whipped Jesus with.
Is that a Pokemon?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking of.
I said, I think that's the thing they whipped Jesus with.
Yeah.
The cat of
Yeah,
nine
cat of
tails.
Yeah.
That's what I thought y'all were talking about. I was like, how did we get on that topic?
There's a
I mean,
Nathan. That was like a really broad, just statement.
Okay, power forward. Let's go.
All right, this one is a multiple choice question.
I'm gonna
No.
kill myself.
Okay? The seller of a loaded die claims that it will favor 6.
C.
What?
That's enough. No, that's enough.
We don't believe their claim and roll the die 200 times to test an appropriate hypothesis. Our p-value turns out to be 0.03. Which conclusion is appropriate? Explain. So, what is our p-value?
0.03.
Okay, so this says that p is equal to 0.03. Now, assuming the die is fair is where we want to start. Okay? So our null hypothesis is going to be that p is equal to 1/6, which is equal to what? In a decimal.
Oh,
0.167.
Okay, we'll call it 0.17. This is the probability that the die is fair. So then the probability that it favors a 6 would be what? What would my alternative be?
Greater than 1/6.
Greater than 1/6, which is, again, 0.17. So this is that the die is unfair, favors 6. So now is where you're going to have to remember this thing that I said the other day. Let me find a color that you can see. When P is low, reject the null hypothesis. So P is equal to 0.03 is low, because that would be about 3%. So we reject the null hypothesis in favor of the alternative, whatever. So, what are we thinking here? Does A make sense?
what did you say?
No.
Okay, whoa. So A does not make sense because the chance of the dice is fair is 0.17. There's a 97% chance of the dice is fair. Doesn't make sense. There's a 3% chance that a loaded die could randomly produce the results we observe, so it's reasonable to conclude the die is fair.
No.
Okay, probably not. So there's a 3% chance that a fair die could randomly produce the results we observed, so it's reasonable to conclude the die is loaded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because if we're rejecting the
Yeah, if
null
we're rejecting
in
the null.
favor of the alternative,
And the alternate-
which is the
P
loaded.
is greater than
Yes.
6,000.
So this is basically over here, this 0.03 is the probability of our sample results given that the null is true.
I quit teacher's aid.
This is
I thought you already did
the
that.
60th time.
Listen, the time that I'm like, okay, I'm productive, I have a great mood, I'm gonna go to teacher's aid. She's not even there.
Oh
So I
yeah,
don't have to do anything.
she's at Great Wolf Lodge.
Maybe
Yes.
this is dead.
Yes. Is your AirPods going off?
It does in every
all the time.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know any ones that go off as much as his do.
Someone trying to find them, or are you trying to find them?
Somebody's playing prank on me.
It specifically happens in this classroom.
What if he's trying to play pranks on himself?
He could have just been gaslighting us this entire year, guys.
I mean, I'm
For
sure
hearing
I've tried to
things.
play a prank on myself.
Also, do we know the place where we're stopping on the way back? Cause that where
Yeah,
my
we're
mom's supposed to be
stopping on the way
picking me
back.
up. Is that's when we switch buses, don't we?
It's in Ashland.
Do we know what place it is?
Ashland?
Mr. Allah does. You'll have to ask him
Okay,
what the
I'll
actual
send
place
my
is
phone.
called. You could send her the location when you get dropped off. Like, since you have iPhones, you could just share the location of that place with her,
Yeah,
too.
I could do
It's
that
like a
because-
truck stop.
Okay, cause I. could
It's
just
across
do
from
that
a
the first-
Chick-fil-A.
We're dropping
We're
you
doing
off
the
at
same
7:00.
thing. We're doing the same thing when we. It's the same
No,
place that we're going
actually,
to
it's-
go up, right? Okay, so I could just do it when I'm there. I'll just send it. I mean, she'll also have my. She's gonna get there like an hour early just in case. But
Yeah. Well, and I think we'll be there earlier in the day than what, like, originally, because we're only coming from Pennsylvania instead
Yeah.
of from New York, so. All right. Someone hands you a box of a dozen chocolate-covered candies, telling you that half are vanilla creams and the other half are peanut butter. I know what y'all are picking.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Y'all don't know what
I made this
I
really.
don't know.
I'm sorry, but peanut butter reminded me of it. I made this really good snack yesterday, and I got a tortilla, I put peanut butter on it, I put sliced bananas and cinnamon on it, and just slapped it in the toaster.
In the toaster.
Yes, I folded up the tortilla.
I do
and
that.
it
I
in the
put
toaster.
cinnamon
It was
sugar
so
on-
good.
I wasn't.
I do it on
didn't
bread.
realize
I
you
put
fold
cinnamon
it.
sugar on the outside of the bread with butter, and then I put peanut butter and bananas on there. So
I-
good.
I
And
do
toast it.
tortilla. I slapped some peanut butter and some Nutella and some
Can we spread it instead of
marshmallow.
slap it?
with it.
Oh, a fluffer nutter.
Yes, the fluffy
Ugh.
butter stuff.
What?
I wonder.
But I also
I
don't like
think that
Nutella.
You put it together. It's so good.
Okay.
Okay, anyways, you pick candies at random and discover the first 3 you eat are all vanilla.
Oh, that's just sad.
If there really were 6 vanilla and 6 peanut butter candies in the box, what is the probability that you would have picked 3 vanillas in a row? This is throwing it back. How do we find the probability that 3 in a row were vanilla?
The probability that none of them, the first 3 are not vanilla.
You would be doing a lot more math to do it that
The
way.
probability of like the
Probability
vanilla
of vanilla
cubed.
cubed.
Yeah.
No.
Probability of not getting.
You
all
aren't
of
replacing it after
Yeah.
you eat it. That's disgusting.
Like so it's
It'd be.
1
It
over
would be
12.
No.
5.
How many vanillas are there?
Six.
6. There are 6. How many total candies are there?
Oh.
12.
So it would be.
6 out of 12.
And then
Now, you ate one.
times 5 out of 12.
Oh.
No,
5
you
out of
ate
11. 5 out of
5
11.
out of 11. Times 4
You've now
out of-
eaten 2.
times 4 out of 10.
Okay.
I promise we're not stupid.
I even understood that.
Okay, so what is the probability that you would have picked 3 vanillas in a row? Now multiply this.
.091.
Are you for real trying to do? Wait, did you do that?
No.
No.
No offense that he took.
No.
Okay,
I
wish
would've said
could've
yes.
done that.
I'm like, sure.
Yeah, I'm that good.
All right, so this
Yes,
this
I
is a
am.
p-value right here.
Okay.
Is this low?
No.
No.
Not really. Not too low.
What makes it low?
I'm getting ready to do that.
It was like small.
So it depends on the problem, but in general, I would say somewhere around 5% or less. It would be considered low. But what you're going to find is, I don't know if it's in this section or not, but you're going to have, I'm just going to write them over here to the side, but they're called alpha levels.
Alpha?
So if alpha is equal to 0.10, alpha equal to 0.05, or alpha equal to 0.01. typically it's based on what you're looking for, so what the problem tells you, but if it doesn't specify, I usually say less than 5%.
Is that something we need to know?
Well, these would be given to you, but this doesn't really go with this problem particularly, but
Yeah.
But it's just good to
Sorry.
first.
Wait, how do you
Are
guys
you
draw
talking
the
about
office
practice
symbol?
family?
There's only one right.
Usually,
How do you
right?
draw it?
Fish.
start
I
at the
just
top,
early tomorrow.
come down, around, and done.
Yes.
Oh, I started at the bottom.
No.
Wait, why?
Okay,
where,
you can't-
where does
You're gonna
that?
get excommunicado.
But I feel like I could also see you left-handers, like,
No, but I don't do that.
I'm right-handed.
because
and I
a lot of
start-
times y'all do numbers backwards too. A lot of times.
No, I don't.
I draw. I mean,
That's
I
just
do.
Josh.
I do write all of my letters and my numbers from the
Are you
bottom
right-handed?
up.
Yeah.
You write like a 4 like this.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes.
Please don't. do
That's
that.
No.
exactly how
Huh.
I do it.
Josh is weird.
That's
Josh also
heresy.
draws his hearts backwards.
Wait, no, I don't write fours
From the
like
bottom?
that. That's
Well,
not
I
how
Wait,
do the
you-
bottom. He goes.
No, I write it from.
From the
I write my
bottom?
fours
he
from
does
the
it
top.
all the way. Like he does it all the
That's
way.
what it looks like when I do it from the bottom, Emily.
Okay, well that's not what I meant.
I
Like,
do
he
that,
does
but
it, he
the
doesn't
other way,
stop. He does what I do. But he
Oh, I
goes the other
stop.
way.
Yeah, I do that.
That looks very uneven.
They usually look better than that, but.
Well,
Cause you're.
I'm not
You're
lefty.
I know. But yes, I do write all of my
Rate
letters
heart.
from the bottom
Rate
up.
my heart left-handed. So you
Oh,
go
I thought
like
he just
this.
says rate my heart.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
So, do you think there really might have been 6 of each?
Eh.
Did the first one
I think
I
we may
mean,
have
I'm
to do
willing to
more
trust him.
to
But like,
figure that out.
can I just eat 7 and see if I have all of them vanilla?
Oh, you
I need more food.
That was so funny.
Tasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we gonna do to find that out?
We're gonna eat the rest of them.
So this is the threshold where we decide to reject or not reject the null hypothesis. Now, it's not too low, so
So we're not gonna reject it?
I would say it's possible. There's 6 vanilla and 6 peanut butter.
Tis possible. I'm gonna write tis.
Now, would you continue to believe that half are vanilla if the 4th one you try is also vanilla?
I mean, not really,
Do we
but
have
I
to
hope
find a
that the
new
guy didn't lie to
p-value?
me.
Find
We should,
it,
like-
so 6 over 12 times.
Can't we just use our original
Nice.
and multiply it by
Yeah.
3 over 9,
Yeah.
or 1 over 3 basically,
Okay, maybe.
which is also basically 0.03.
Okay, so yes, that is mathematically how you would do it if you assumed you hadn't done the other stuff already.
Just to clarify, I wanted to do that for like books. So it'd be helpful.
Yeah.
Sure.
You just knew I was going to write it out either way.
Yeah, obviously.
All right, so what is this?
0.03.
Okay. All right, what do we think about that p-value?
I think it's pretty low ball.
Okay, the p-value is low, so what does that mean?
Reject them all.
Rejection.
P-value is low, so reject
So you would not believe?
the null hypothesis. Correct.
You have to have faith.
Reject the null hypothesis that there are 6 vanilla and 6 peanut butter. Keep wanting to say 6 chocolate. Then I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, it's
I
not
keep
basically
wanting to write
chocolate.
chocolate. I keep wanting to write chocolate too.
That would make
But
sense.
I
they
mean, they're
both
all
have
covered in
they
chocolate,
both have
though.
chocolate though.
Yeah, but we're talking about
Oh.
the inside. So,
It
so the null
is-
hypothesis
It's what's
is
on
gonna
the
be
inside that matters.
is gonna be what you
The null
want
is
to happen.
the
or
null is what they're saying is supposed to be.
what's supposed to happen.
So no changes. So that there are 6 peanut butter, 6 vanilla. So it is possible there are more than 6 vanilla.
I mean, what if there were only 5 vanilla and like we just happened to get all vanilla?
Well, and that's the thing. They don't tell you if you're randomly picking them out, like if they were all mixed up, because a lot of times when things come in a box like that, like all the ones on the left are going to be vanilla or
Yes, are you picking like
well, and then a lot of them have a little chart on the bottom that you read to tell you what's what. So again,
So maybe I saw the chart and I wanted
On
the
the box
vanilla
of
one, so
Orkin?
I ate.
or
the
someone's
vanilla one.
pulling a prank on you and only giving you the
You
vanilla
never
because
put
they
the
know how
bottom?
bad you want the peanut butter.
bottom?
Like,
guys? He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, the heart things."
You didn't know that?
All the varieties of candy.
It tells
You
you
look
There's a
on the
legend
bottom.
to the
You look on the
Yes.
bottom. It says this shaped one has a picture of it. Is
Yeah.
this flavor? This shaped
Yes.
one is this flavor.
That's how I
You
know
just
how
go
to eat it.
randomly guessing?
Nathan, you
No, 'cause I can't
you have
accidentally get one
lived
of the orange
such a
cream ones.
sheltered
ugh,
life.
yeah, those things are
If I
nasty.
accidentally get the
Okay, to
orange
be
cream
fair,
one,
I
I'm
have
gonna
not
have a fight.
received,
I like the one where it's like the
any
caramel
box
one.
of chocolates.
Yes,
Or the one that's like the chocolate.
The
I like
truffle
those
with
so
the
vanilla,
chocolate.
Nathan.
Yeah, but then
Mushy
there's
and
one that's the
chocolate.
chocolate like foam.
I'm gonna have to
reason.
Somebody's gonna have to get Nathan a box of
I'm
chocolate.
gonna have to get
Yeah.
him a box of chocolates
Yeah.
now. So we
My
can-
problem is I don't like a lot of the flavors in them, so I'd rather have something
I don't like
different.
the
I
fruit
just like,
flavors.
I take a
I
bite
wish
of
they
it
made like
and if it's
separate
not what I
ones
was
of each
expecting.
kind.
I want a whole box of just
What?
dark chocolate and caramel.
That's
Yeah.
like
Like when they
solid.
started making like whole boxes of like
He said if
peanut butter
you just
Reese's,
take a
like
bite out of it, if
white
it doesn't
chocolate
like it, you put
so
it
good.
back.
You put it back?
What?
You're the one of those. I have
He
these.
said he takes a bite out of it, he doesn't like it, he puts it back.
These
in
are
the
my
box.
favorite ones. They're the strawberry ones.
monsters.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh, I want one.
Oh, that one.
What's happening?
You want one, Josh?
Sure.
There's strawberry inside it.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind if you very softly chopped one out.
I'll try it.
It's okay, Emily. I nailed Josh in the head with a Reese's earlier.
Yeah, she hit me right in the head.
He didn't. And okay, in fairness, he didn't even move. He just looked
Yeah,
at
in
it.
fairness, I wanted it to hit my head.
He was just like sitting here with his hands out, and I'm thinking he's gonna grab it, and instead it just bonk.
It was
Why
so
did-
funny.
I'm like, why did you do that?
It was for the views.
See, this one's good because it's not like the liquidy strawberry.
Hey, do you want
stuff.
another one?
Oh, nice.
I want
Okay,
another one.
I will eat your food.
a
Do it again,
holy.
That.
I won't do it again.
Okay.
A survey investigating whether the proportion of today's high school seniors own cars is higher than it was a decade ago finds a p-value of 0.017. Is it reasonable to conclude that more high schoolers have cars? Explain.
Did you want one?
What is it?
It's a strawberry
Mark
cream
the
one.
strawberry.
I'll try one. Sure. Oh gosh, you can chuck it. I'll catch it.
It's good
Maybe
because-
not. I might.
Oh,
I might
It's
just.
good because it's not like a liquidy strawberry.
Yeah, I don't like.
want another one, Nathan?
Like that nasty one I had last year, the Hershey or the Hershey Kisses.
I don't want them.
No, I do, but I'm giving y'all can have them. I'm not gonna eat all
You want,
of them.
you want another one?
Okay. You should
How
check
would
on
you
that.
like
Okay.
How would you like it delivered?
Check it, Nathan.
So the p value,
So,
the p value they found.
the p-value is low.
Let's look at what our null and alternate
Oh,
would be
okay.
first,
I'm
and
trying to
then.
decipher what it means.
It's a lot of words.
All right. So what would
Oh my goodness.
the null be in regards to the number of high school seniors that have cars?
017.
No, words. No numbers, just words.
Oh.
Oh.
Really?
Oh, that's what I was trying to figure out.
So are we going for like they fix the same?
It'll be greater than. So it's
A percent of high school
right,
students who own cars
No.
has not changed.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wait, that's what they're
right.
looking for?
That's the null. Or that there's no change.
Oh.
The alternate would be what?
They got higher?
Yes, their percentage higher. So now I want to look at that p-value. Okay, it's low. So what does that mean?
That we
I thought I heard
reject
someone slurping it.
the null in favor of the whatever.
So p-value is
The hot thing.
Yeah.
low. So we reject the null hypothesis, which means there is enough evidence to conclude the percentage has risen. I guess I should say of students who own cars.
But I mean that also makes a lot of sense. That
Yeah.
one person rejected.
Oh, Peyton, I need to show this picture.
Oh, I just remembered something about the pre-calculus work from earlier.
My friend took a
So
picture
you know
of
that
me.
one multiple choice question where the two answers were the same?
My friend took a picture of
Well,
me.
none of them are correct.
Um,
I think they're supposed to do like,
I think
Thing
E
on
was
top.
supposed to be plus.
no, I think it was just supposed, like, they were, like the square root thing was only supposed to be on the top and it wasn't supposed to extend to the bottom.
Was that it?
Yeah.
The answer was supposed to be E.
Never mind, bro.
So he was
Oh,
the right
and
answer,
him-
but,
Yeah, I was like either one is supposed to be positive and one's supposed to be negative, or I was like it's all the square root should only be on like the top or
yeah.
something. So yeah.
What's that? I can't breathe. I have a breathing disorder.
Wait,
What?
you weren't breathing?
What?
You weren't breathing?
And now you're having to think about breathing.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I'm just not gonna breathe.
Oh, I did
Don't
that
pass
once and I
out.
passed out.
I don't.
Josh, don't pass out, because then I don't have my CPR mask on me, so
I passed out before.
Well, I ain't doing mouth to mouth.
Those first aid guides are impractical because if somebody's having a seizure
I'm your
and you
first
have
aid
to
guy.
go look at the first aid guide.
Too soon, Josh.
Yeah, too
for
soon.
what? Oh wait, I forgot about that.
You had to pick seizure, man.
Well,
Although they might have done better if they had had that.
I know.
Well, this is all getting recorded, so that's great.
Well,
I'm not talking about here.
Right, I'm
We're
saying
talking
That's
that.
why it's on not safe for kids YouTube.
yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, Peyton's not a kid, so she can watch it.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
You're still
I
old.
want bad things.
I watched
I can
it.
only-
I'm an adult. I can watch bad things.
You're no longer.
I guess I should start making my videos approved for kids. It's just a habit. I just start clicking buttons and I just.
Well, I mean, we do
'Cause
talk about something.
I assume.
We talked about some very mature topics in this class. Like marijuana. I just watched.
That's true. There are a lot of drug questions.
Because I make an assumption.
Who was
I thought it was Mr. Flowers on fire.
Because I make an assumption that it doesn't want to show up on YouTube Kids TV.
Yeah.
Like, what kid is wanting to watch calculus?
Not that you wanted to.
You did.
Crazy
I did, but
exercise.
not that I mean, I didn't really have a say in the matter.
Right.
That's true.
You didn't have any say, like.
Were you able to speak then?
No.
Oh, so that's why you didn't have anything.
I was like 6 months old, probably,
Smart.
watching calculus. I think we watched some U.S. government too. History, maybe? U.S. history?
Oh god.
History's not bad.
My dad liked the History Channel.
Oh, no, this was like the same teacher that was teaching math was also teaching history.
Oh.
Oh, that doesn't sound so great.
It was interesting.
I'd rather have my math teacher be my math teacher, not my history teacher.
Wow, your math teacher being your math teacher is crazy.
But I'd rather them not also be my history teacher.
All right, we got 2 examples to get through in 20 minutes.
We got it.
In the 1980s, it was generally believed that congenital abnormalities affected about 5% of the nation's children. Some people believed that the increase in the number of chemicals in the environment has led to an increase in the incidence of abnormalities. A recent study examined 384 children and found that 46 of them showed signs of an abnormality. Is this strong evidence that the risk has increased? Right and appropriate hypothesis.
That's a good one.
So, null hypothesis would be what?
That they're
P is what?
0.5. 0.05.
P is equal to 0.05.
Oh, 50, that's crazy.
Yeah, 0.5 divided by 10.
What is the alternate?
Greater than.
Why?
Because we're looking for
If it's
Because,
increased.
you know.
Yeah, number of people
Increased.
forever have led to an increase in the incidence.
We're looking
That
for
one.
increases.
So what is this? A
Right.
Right
Tail.
tail.
right tail.
Center tail.
All right, let's check some conditions. Is it random?
yeah.
Probably.
I
Probably.
guess.
Doesn't say it is, but
Doesn't say, but you can assume.
And they just scooped up the kids.
10% are 384 children less than 10% of all children.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
I think they just scooped up the.
It's not right.
Success failure is 0.05, greater than or equal to 10 of 384.
Uh-huh.
I definitely said that backwards, but
I know. I was like, wait.
0.05 times 384 is greater than 10.
Yes.
Question mark.
Probably.
Yes. Okay.
No.
Good.
If the math is mathing, then yes.
I hope it's mathing.
Wouldn't that be like,
What is the P
I don't know,
value?
19.4? Yeah,
Sure.
I'm just curious.
All right.
Sure.
Perform the mechanics of the test. What is the p-value? So we're going to do a couple things by hand before we use the calculator method just because I want to make sure we know how to do it.
I forgot there was a calculator method.
I need to find p-hat. How do I find p-hat?
Oh, you gotta do something.
Do the number thing.
Wow.
Not sure what number things this time though.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I have two numbers and I want to find p-hat. What might I do?
46 over 384.
46 over 384.
That's really smart.
Oh. Dumb.
Only sometimes.
Wow. Okay.
You don't get to see me in my smart classes. You only see me in this
Well,
one.
this is an AP class. I'd say that's a smart class.
No, I mean the ones I'm actually smart in.
Well, you're not particularly.
0.120.
0.12. Standard deviation.
Oh, which is square root of p hat, or just pq, or okay, fine, we can write it out. Over in.
Okay, fine.
So yeah, what you wrote.
Okay, this is what the standard deviation should be for our situation.
Okay, I understand.
0.95.
That's what I thought. I just want to-
Over 384. Point 0.0111.
60. Gotta get it all done.
I was like, she was like,
Oh, is your casing?
Yeah, it was me.
Whoa,
No, it's
that's
me.
not what I got. Oh, never mind. I know why I did.
Did
All
you not
right.
square root it?
No, I multiplied 384.
That was a good one.
Hmm?
Nathan was like, just because it's a weird sound does not mean it's from me.
Oh yeah, I make
Well,
weird
but-
noises sometimes.
I have a 95%
Z
confidence
Z
interval.
equals.
Oh,
Point 011. No, that's in the wrong place. I put it in the wrong place. Or did I put it in the right place?
2.
no.
1.96. Is that a good number?
No.
We got it.
P hat
P hat
He had
0.12
0.12
minus P
which is
0.05 over-
0.011.
What's that
Oh.
value?
Oh, that's literally.
Y'all are gonna give me high blood pressure.
I'm telling you, I've
just
never
writing out the
remembered
formula.
this formula.
Wait, isn't that? Wait, what? Isn't this literally the?
P hat minus
Z-score.
P over standard deviation. The Z-score formula.
Never remembered the Z-score formula in my life.
Well, we've only had about 8 months to learn it.
I know.
7 months.
So, I'm telling you, this exam is not going to go
7
well.
months.
Ooh.
with that
It's
attitude, it won't.
6.36.
I just need a 3. But I feel like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a 1.
What do you notice about that number?
Big for Z score.
Where is it on our chart?
It's like
Far
way off.
down. Or
No, it's like.
No, like in that
far
table I
right.
gave you. Where would it be?
It doesn't even exist. exist.
It wouldn't
It's
exist
okay.
on there. So what is it probably gonna be?
1,
0.
0. Oh. Well, I mean, with like the left tail, it would be 1. I know.
Okay, but we're gonna use the handy dandy calculator method. 1 prop z. What is it?
Test.
Test.
Oh. I was like, why are you making noises?
You really wanted us to type that?
0.05, 46, 384, and greater than P0.
I'm gonna tell her she can't fly because her high blood pressure from us.
Can't fly? What?
I thought you were gonna say something else.
Like what?
What do you think?
They said she sounds like a ticking time bomb.
Oh, because you can't fly because you're a bomb. Oh, that's Jane.
I mean,
One
okay.
prop that.
Ooh. Ooh, that's a
Oh no.
small number there. Oh no. Oh, is it dying?
It's at 10%.
Oh, it's gonna die.
I didn't charge it last night because it was like at 85 though, and I was like, I'm not putting out a charger for 85, so. RIP.
So
Better
that's-
chop,
is
chop.
this its revenge.
I guess so. We better chop chop.
Come on, let's chop.
Okay, so what are we looking for?
The answer?
Like,
Wow, how
What?
did only Monday? That's wild.
P equals
What?
It's only Monday.
1.75.
times 10 to the negative.
Oh, I forgot that.
That's also why I made you look at that up there, because I wanted you to pay attention to what that was gonna be.
Like that would throw off the answer.
What?
Hmm.
Forgetting the times 10.
Oh, yeah. Just a little bit.
It's a big difference.
All right. Explain carefully what this p-value means in
I didn't
context.
know how to get there. I ain't gonna be able to do it.
If 5% of kids have birth defects. Oh gosh.
That was the way the door opened.
Christian, you can open that with some frost.
It wasn't even close, I just pushed it.
That's scary. Scared us.
He's terrified.
It was like my whole pen was like whoop.
I was scared too. I said,
The probability my sample has approximately 12% is 0. Approximately.
It's very, very I don't know, I might have picked all the weird kids.
What's your conclusion?
Joshua.
Joshua
Conclusion.
What do we know about that p-value?
It's
It's pretty
low.
low, I won't lie.
So you gotta.
P is low,
So we're rejecting the
lower than any reasonable alpha level. So, what do we do, Josh?
we reject the null in favor of the alternative.
So we reject the null hypothesis, meaning there is enough evidence to suggest the rate has increased. So, do environmental chemicals cause abnormalities?
I mean,
Yes.
we could link those together, but not exactly.
So, we can't say for sure. without running a controlled experiment but it is possible. Because remember, we're not technically proving anything. We're just saying it's basically possible or not.
It's like we're trying to disprove things if we can.
Guilty or not guilty? Not innocent.
Are you alright?
Bless you. Got 9% in 7 minutes.
Okay.
We got this.
We can do it.
All right. The International Olympic Committee states that the female participation in the 2004 Summer Olympic Games was 42%, even with the new sports such as weightlifting, hammer throw, and modern pentathlon being added to the games. Broadcasting and clothing companies want to change their advertising and marketing strategies if the female participation increases in the next game. As an independent sports expert arranged for a random sample of pre-Olympic exhibitions. The sports expert reported that 202 of the 454 athletes in the random sample were women. Is this strong evidence that the participation rate may increase?
Okay. Our null hypothesis, P equals 0.42. And then our
What? Sounds like a seal. He's like, ar, 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 ar.
Y'all are like 13 reasons why.
Josh was a part of this.
Yes, the alternate hypothesis is P greater than 0.42, so it's right-tailed.
Yep.
Y'all
And just so you know, you don't have to write the right tail, left tail, all that stuff out every time. I was just doing it for you to like start to get a feel for it. All right, check the necessary assumptions and conditions. Is it random?
Sure.
10%.
Yep.
Success, failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be.
All right, perform the mechanics of the test. For the sake of time, we will just do the calculator version, but we do need to find p hat first. So p hat for this problem would be what?
It would be 202 over 454.
Which is?
0.445.
Wait, what?
0.445.
Well, mine was, it's 0.44. But if you go with
0.4449.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh, so
so 0.44. All right, so one prop z test of 0.42, 202, 454, and greater than. What is my p-value?
Point 141.
0.14. Explain carefully what this p-value means in context. About 14% of the time, I would collect a sample with about 44% women. Or 44% being women or something. I don't know. Sounds kind of weird. Minor details. All right, what's our conclusion?
It's not low,
Well, it's not low.
It's not low.
so
So
you don't have to reject it.
fail to reject.
Fail to reject.
Yep, so our p-value, because this is the first one I think we've had that was like this, p-value is not lower than alpha of 0.05, because if they don't specify, we're going to assume 0.05 or less, okay? So, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. Meaning, there is not enough evidence to say participation rates of women have increased. We powered forward and we did it.